Attention. If you or a loved one has been mildly affected by blue light, you're probably not entitled to any financial compensation. Blue light is a wavelength in the light spectrum that's been linked to slight disruptions in circadian rhythms. Exposure to blue light in the Navy, shipyards, really any job you have to use a screen or even be exposed to sunlight, likely didn't put you at any risk for anything. Please don't wait to not call anyone for a free legal consultation. The eye care industry created a problem to sell more glasses. That is all.
Why do we want to block blue light? Blue light is light. Like if you look in the sky, tons of blue light. Look up overhead, tons of blue light. Blue light is all around you, and it is not hurting you one bit. The concept behind blocking blue light is largely one that, if you think about our kind of evolution as humans, where we, before the times of clocks and lighting and all of these things, the sun was kind of the driving force behind our awakening and sleeping. And what we've done with the advent of how many electric devices we have is we are now oftentimes looking at a screen until just a couple of minutes before we go to sleep. Sometimes we fall asleep looking at the screen. And what that's doing is sending mixed signals to our brain, where our brain's like, wait, is it daytime? Is it nighttime? What's going on? What's happening there is now you end up with a potentially lower quality of sleep than you might have if you were a person dwelling in the forest and allowing your sleep rhythm to be set by nature. Of the entire spectrum, blue light is the narrower band of light, which is this blue light, the one that seems to have the most correlation to our circadian rhythms. That's kind of where this comes from, is the idea that blue light is the enemy, is that it's been most associated with affecting our circadian rhythm. So the question is, do we need to wear glasses to block the blue light? And it's a similar hack to proactively getting some kind of bariatric surgery so you can eat more. Does blocking blue light help? If you insist on watching TV until you go to bed, yes. But the better thing would be to not watch TV right before you go to bed. So as soon as the eyeglass technology came out and the studies came out regarding blue light, most of the devices that we deal with immediately adopted the technology where it said, hey, after a certain time period, let's dial back that wavelength. So if you've ever noticed, if you have, I know for me, I have an iPhone, and after a certain hour, the screen takes on a yellow hue. Now you can adjust that. You can set that in your phone. So if you are saying, hey, I'm going to be on my phone while I go to sleep, the phone has the blue light blocking built in. And the way that the blue light blocking works is it works up to a certain wavelength. And if the wavelength is covered by your device, then wearing glasses is moot because the device is already handling it. So the blue light glasses are useless if the device you're looking at has built-in blue light reduction. Do the glasses work? Yes. They work at blocking blue light up to a certain spectrum. Now, there's so many different variations of blue light blocking lenses out there, some which are barely visible in that it will look almost like a clear lens and have kind of a bluish tinge to it, and others that are like a bright orangish red. Now, the bright orangish red is going to block a much steeper, a much wider wavelength. So those might block up to 525 or 550 nanometers. Some of the clearer ones might only block up to 420 or 430. And the idea there is that more must be better. And when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter all that much. Your phone is doing most of the work, or your iPad or your phone or tablet is doing most of the work. If you're watching a TV, a blue light blocking lens might be helpful in if you're watching a TV or like a non-mobile device. But the various ones out there, the oranger, the yellower they are, the more of the blue that they're going to block. So if you're looking at a blue blocking pair of glasses that is clear, they're not going to be particularly helpful at doing what's intended. So you're probably going to want a lens with some color versus a lens that looks mostly clear. Now, the other thing that is all the rage is that people who do computer work are wearing blue light blocking glasses and lenses, and because, blue light this, blue light that. If we compare the amount of blue light emitted by an LED screen to the amount of blue light emitted by the sun, if you were outside, the sun emits so much more blue light than your LED screen ever would. So I don't think that there's much of a benefit in wearing blue light blocking glasses during like your normal work day and that sort of thing, because there's not any real correlation that it would prevent headaches or prevent any kind of eye strain. The only stuff that there's much science to is the idea that it does disrupt your circadian rhythm later in the day. And if you are insistent on watching your device or looking at your device right up until bedtime, blocking the blue in that context that's when it's most important.